Wow. Did you pick a good day to watch Virtual TrekCon's live show entitled The Main Viewer on Star Trek Tuesday? Happy Tuesday, by the way, everybody. The WGA strike seems like it is in the final steps, the final stages of being over. It's not officially over until things are signed and dotted, and all of those, I don't know, probably lawyers and stuff lawyer it. And people vote on it, whatever. But it looks like it's just about over. It also looks like big news is that the SAG strike might be following suit fairly soon because the writers are trailblazing and they are setting these precedents. I don't know the details of these agreements yet, but that seems like it might help to settle the next stage. We have so much news on that. Also, we've got Prodigy news. We've got Lower Decks news. We've got Star Trek Legacy news. What's up? What? How can there be Who knows? There might be a huge amount of Star Trek Legacy news next week once the WGA agreement is done. We don't even know, or it could be 2 years or never. We don't know. But it's possible something might happen. We have the gift that keeps on giving, Star Trek 4 news, the movie that is the gift that is newsworthy every week. So that's also big. We got tons more to talk about, everybody. But before we get into all of that, say hello to Melissa Longo.
You're there.
And say hello to Jenny R. Johnson, who's wearing a matching shirt to Melissa's.
I know. We didn't even plan it.
Two sides of the continent, and we wore the same thing.
But I really like your color.
I really like your color. Thank you.
Thank you.
You don't
Where
have
can you
to
get
be...
this shirt?
There it is.
Oh, theintrovertedrepublic.com.
Everybody go check that out, theintrovertedrepublic.com. Look, Dr. Trekkie MD Anne-Marie Siegel is here.
Hi.
Okay. And my name is Ryan T. Husk. I was trying to figure out a planet joke when Melissa said we didn't even plan it. I was like, oh, never mind. That's too easy.
Is it?
All right.
But fun.
Because there are like 5 different things run through my head, but I was like, why don't we just not today? Nobody wants to hear dumb planet jokes, right?
Too soon for puns.
Yeah, it's
at least
early.
20 minutes.
It's never too soon for puns. I'm here for them.
I think Anne-Marie disagrees.
Well, we can agree to disagree.
All right, let's say hello to everybody in the live chat. Hello, War Dog. Hello, Linda and DJ Kitty Cat. David Gregory. Put some respect on that guy's name. He wins a lot of trivioids. He wins a lot of trivia contests. May Borello is here. No slouch herself. What's up, Bob D? Robert Kaiser out in Austria. Todd Fielding. Hello, Todd. What's up? I felt like a radio DJ for a second there. Aaron Waltke in the live chat. Aaron J. Waltke, that is. How do you do J? Sign language J, right? That's J.
Yeah.
Fran Iverson, hello. We see all of you. Thank you all for hanging out with us today. So, first things first, let's just get into it. Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel, is the WGA strike officially over, or do we all just need to pump the brakes for a second, cross our fingers, and wait a few days?
Well, I mean, I'd have a really hard time believing that they'd go back on it, but I like to see everything totally final.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to jinx it by saying it.
Yes. Exactly.
Totally.
But I really liked how, like, Larry, I was watching Dr. Trek, Larry Nemeczek earlier at his Trekland Tuesday, and he gave a really colorful metaphor that this, like, the strike term, the end of strike terms is sort of like a Rosetta Stone for like SAG-AFTRA and like other unions going forward to like help build on. So I love that comparison.
So check this out, everybody. Our good buddy, Bill Walkoff, at Flying Lobster, he has been like the face of this stuff. He's killing it. We love him. He tweets, day 146, it gives me great pleasure to say we will not be picketing Dancing with the Stars tomorrow. I really can't wait to watch the premiere on Tuesday because we did it. We won, hashtag WGA Strong. He's holding up a sign that says, deal, all picketing suspended. Now, suspended implies it might start again. We won implies it's pretty much a done deal. So that's great news, right?
I didn't even know anything about Dancing with the Stars until he started tweeting about it last week. And then I learned Greg Brady's going to be on it from the Brady Bunch. And now I actually, for the first time ever, sort of want to watch it.
That's hilarious.
So Greg Brady is a star?
Shut up, he's a star.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Barry Williams. Isn't that his name?
Okay.
Yep.
Barry
He's a
Gibb.
star to me.
Barry Williams, yeah.
Have his albums.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's awesome. That's awesome.
So
All right.
good.
Everybody in the live chat, if you could meet one person, would it be Barry Williams or Barry Gibb?
Mm.
All right. You
Or
guys,
next Barry Kelly.
Nice.
first name Dingle.
Mhm.
Let's see. Let's get into this. Here is our first article of the day. As a prelude, it's just a prelude. It is from our friends over at variety.com. They make the announcement, deal, WGA AMPTP reach historic contract agreement to end 146-day writer strike. This deal, this is a quote, this deal is exceptional. Now, our good buddies over at trekmovie.com did an excellent job of really going deep on this, which they do. They do some really good deep dives.
Their journalism is amazing because, like, as was pointed out at the beginning of the strike, Variety is owned by a company that also is like owned by AMPTP companies.
Good point.
So some of their articles, like when you keep that in mind, have seen a little bias. So I kind of liked reading Trek Movie to know if the deal is really good or not, which it doesn't seem like it is. And also they give me a Star Trek lens, which is what we all care about.
Right. If we want a bias, we want it to be a Star Trek bias.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you guys this, though. If the WGA came to a, negotiated, let's say for 154 days, and the people negotiating came to an agreement with the AMPTP, do you think they would say anything other than, we got a great deal, you guys? Do you think there's any chance they would say, that's not a very good deal, but it's the best we got?
Well, the quote came from the WGA, not the AMPTP.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
exactly.
Yeah.
And they, to hit it wasn't good, at least good, they would have just said no.
Well,
right?
yeah, because in August they went back to the negotiating table because they didn't get a good deal. So I don't think they would say it was an excellent deal if it wasn't.
Yeah, that was my thought. That like the fact that the WGA used the word exceptional,
right?
Like they could have said great, they could have said, but the fact that they I don't know. Why would I don't know. I mean, I understand wanting to wrap it up, but
did sound exciting.
That's like I just it was a very specific choice of word written by a writer.
Yeah, exactly. that was my take on it, because any agreement they would say is good.
For sure.
It sounded like
that's my point.
Emphatically excited. Yeah.
I feel like, and I'm playing devil's advocate here because I know that we're all super excited, and but I think that absolutely no matter what was actually in the deal, they would come back and say, you guys, We did it. We just negotiated you a great deal. You're going to love what we achieved. Because I know if I was, picked or elected or chosen to be the person negotiating a deal, and I came to a deal with somebody, no matter how good or bad it was, I would turn back to my union and be like, you're going to love this deal. They're going to sell it to them. I'm not saying it isn't a great deal. I'm just saying, and we know that that's what it's going to be.
I know what you mean.
Have they made it public what the deal actually is?
No.
Okay.
Because they're still working on the legal language.
Exactly.
A couple
to eliminate loopholes.
So Aaron Wilkie said, going on, in the direction of how things can be a little bit biased. He read an account of the negotiating, and he said it made the CEOs sound like X-Men swooping in. And then also we just have to give a little shout out to John Raphael and Back of the Head, because he's leaving to go work on his Dave Blass interview, which we'll be covering part of later because it's amazing. This amazing exclusive legacy interview. Okay, get to work on your next article because I can't wait to read it.
Yes, that's John Orchiola of Screen Rant in the live chat. Hello, John. He says, can't stay working overtime on a Dave Blass interview, but wanted to say hi. Thank you very much. Okay, so Rico E. Anderson, who is an actor, says in the live chat, he says, even though WGA picketing has been officially suspended, we still had WGA picketing with us today on the strike lines in answering to us, SAG, joining them before our strike even started. Hashtag solidarity.
Even Bill Wolkoff was saying that even though the WGA may have reached a tentative deal, because SAG has been so supportive of the WGA, they're encouraging the WGA members to reciprocate that kind of support until SAG can reach a deal as well.
And honestly, this is the time to do it, right? Because at some point, if they do reach an agreement, the writers are going to have to go to work. They're going to be like, all right, get to work and write some more Star Trek. And right now, this is their chance. And I think that's really cool. I think it's great to see unions having solidarity with one another and communicating. And Bill Wolkoff, as we covered before, was one of those people that actually went to the SAG board and he was one of the writers that, kind of showed him the ropes, said, here's what we've been striking about. Here's what we've been doing. Here's what's going on, kind of help.
I love it.
It's really exciting seeing the writers getting this moment because, I think the general public, there's a bunch of stuff like the general public didn't really take it seriously until the actors went on strike. And then there's this whole thing about how people seem to think that the writers are the ones making all the decisions. And it's, talking about, anyway, it's just, I just feel like the writers really earned this, really earned this.
I'm really happy for them. Assuming it does work out, and it seems like it obviously will, then I feel like we're all going to be walking away from it feeling pretty happy. I think that, we're happy for the writers. We're going to be happy for the actors. We're happy that things are coming back together, and it's going to be better. It's going to be better for people, and people are the ones that make up this entertainment industry. And it seems like it's going to be for the better, but we don't know. We haven't seen anything. Maybe it's none of our business, but it seems like it's going to be good.
Really beautiful tweet by the president of the country that was really happy about this settlement and how things are moving forward and how the very fractured city of LA now can start healing. And it's just I love that kind of thought. Obviously these discussions have to happen, but it'll be great once everybody can move on and work together again.
Here's something very important and powerful from our friend, Mr. Aaron J. Walke, writer-producer of Star Trek Prodigy. He says the WGA leaders said in the room that writers will not return to work until SAG-AFTRA also ratifies their deal. It is unclear if that was officially codified in the tentative agreement, however. That's really interesting. If the writers say, okay, cool, we come to a deal, and then AMPTP says, all right, so you're getting back to work, and they go, not so fast, not until you help out our sister union
that is
here.
interesting, since the like deadline just reported that now their schedule's on the books for SAG to have meetings next week with AMPTP, because everybody before that, like everybody was suspecting that it would be a couple more months for the actors.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's get into that in just a moment. Because that leads us directly into our next thing, which is what's going to happen with the actors. And there's some very encouraging news already. And maybe that is because the writers flex their muscles real quick. maybe that's what led
That's
to
amazing.
it. But let's talk about this Trek movie article here,
which is so good. They just write
do
a
really good
article.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's entitled Writers Guild Reaches Tentative Deal to End Strike. Some Star Trek work could begin again soon. And everybody at home, I'm sorry that it took us this long to say the words Star Trek. They're like, that's what we want to hear. Some Star Trek work could begin again soon. That's the point of all this. Look at this. Engage writers in equitable contracts. Okay. So it reads, Hollywood may soon be getting back to work, starting with the writers. After a week of negotiating, the Writers Guild of America and the group representing the studios, AMPTP, which includes Paramount, came to a tentative agreement, which was announced late Sunday night in a joint statement. This could put an end to a strike that began on May 2nd. The combination with the SAG-AFTRA strike has had a huge impact on the industry, including a devastating impact on local economies and workers. The news of the tentative deal is already having an effect, with media stocks, including Paramount Global, jumping in early trading up 3%.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. In the case of Star Trek, the tentative deal with the WGA could result in a resumption of work on the live action projects. However, no actual production can commence until the SAG-AFTRA strike is resolved and the actors return to work. The impact of an end to the WGA strike will vary based on the project. So, Amory, you read this front to back. Can you give us the summary, please?
Oh, well, I got distracted because we didn't notice that was Kevin Hageman in the first picture of the Aaron Wilkie pointed it out.
Oh, you're right.
Yes.
Kevin and Dan. There's Dan right there, looks like.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and then Julie Benson is one of the fences is in the next picture too.
Nice. There she is. Prodigy writer Julie Benson at United We Trek.
Which also shout out to the Benson sisters, whose tweets from the Twitches from the picket line have just been so amazing. They raised a lot of money like in tips for those for the entertainment fund, and they're just incredible. And they did such a cool Twitch on Sunday, like once this news broke, to sort of like talk about what it meant and everything. They're just so cool. I love them. But it kind of goes over like why the strike happened and the tentative deal. But if you go down, they start talking about like specifics about what this could mean to Star Trek. And, just to kind of summarize, like the third they're reminding us like where everything stood right before the strike started. So obviously they start with Strange New Worlds, which famously was supposed to start shooting like the day or the day after the strike broke. And then they just have like the Discovery, like they basically have a paragraph on everything. And pictures of people in different shows as we like go through the article, and like quotes that people have said throughout the strike. It's just a really inclusive summary of everything. So they also go on to Discovery and how like I don't think Discovery's timeline was going to be affected anyway because they had already like shot those extra scenes. Yeah. That's Akiva Goldsman.
Yeah.
Well, and it was also talking about Strange New Worlds and how most of the writing for it has been finished. is complete, and a lot of the pre-production stuff has been completed as well. So they're looking forward to getting back to work on that as well. As soon as the SAG strike is finished, they can probably go straight into production in Toronto.
And then they covered like Starfleet Academy, and like, I mean, we still don't have that much news about that, but like, especially as writer, I mean, I'm not sure, since Tawny Newsom's on the writing staff, I'm not really sure like exactly what that means for that or where they stand in their development. But they like Lower Decks, obviously season 5 got renewed and they're working on that already. And Prodigy, we already know where it stands, and we'll be talking about Prodigy a little bit more, but there's also some things that like fall under tags, so it's a little bit complicated. And
Let's
it's just
jump
nice to see this round
30,
up.
And section 31 looks like if the SAG strike ends too, will go into production in the fall.
Exactly. I wanted to bring that up.
Well, so that was the one that had like a couple weeks ago, they had put out this in the like whatever trade thing, saying that October 23rd is when like tentatively Toronto, it would start shooting in Toronto. So we were wondering,
really?
Remember we like saw that weird tweet thing of somebody like stalking a trade magazine about Toronto filming.
Oh, yes.
Where it said Station 31 instead of Section 31.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
We
people learn the
stalked
code names. Yeah,
stalkers.
exactly.
So they had said October 23rd. So we'll see if like if that's true, if SAG comes off strike. And
Chris Fisher, hang on one second. Chris Fisher told Trek Movie he doesn't see any issues with both working in parallel. That's Discovery.
Oh, because of the AR wall that they all share. But
Discovery.
Yeah, Discovery already finished.
Oh no, okay. So we're talking about Strange New Worlds and Section 31. He says, quote, I don't see why, if the strike ends, if they say go, I don't see why everything Star Trek can't start up and start to get going. One unknown for the Section 31 project is how much casting work was done ahead of the start of the SAG-AFTRA strike in mid-July. No auditions or negotiations can be done during the strike. So if many key roles are required to be cast, this process could delay the project. Yeah, you know what else could delay things?
They like take so many Canadian actors. I'm not sure if like they could have been working on that part during.
Well, you know what else could be an issue is scheduling. Because let's say they get, for example, Michelle Yeoh, they say we've got her for this time, right? And then her next project's got her for a different time. But the time that they were planning on shooting something, they were striking. And then now that they're not striking anymore, they're ready to shoot. And suddenly that person, Michelle Yeoh or whomever, is not available because she's already scheduled to be working in November for some other thing.
Well, especially for Strange New Worlds, which like that was like this whole chunk of strike time.
Yeah, that was supposed to start.
Get complicated.
I mean, really,
and that cast is so.
They should be what, like 8 weeks in almost at this point.
Up for Strange New Worlds. I think they're supposed to start filming May.
It was August. I had a friend who was on the
interesting.
Who's on the technical end of things, and he said it was August. He was supposed to be going in. And then that was back in the spring.
Maybe post, because like the actors were already moving up there in May. So interesting.
So let's also get the last bit on Starfleet Academy, because we all kind of know what's going on with Lower Decks as well. And Discovery, I'm sure we all understand what's happening there, that they're just in post-production. Hopefully they're still going to be January, February, March of next year for season 5 of Discovery. So it says Starfleet Academy, the 4th live action project that can recommence work, would be the planned Star Trek Starfleet Academy series. When the strike began, the writers' room was still at work crafting scripts for the first season, and that work would be able to resume. With co-showrunners Alex Kurtzman and Noga Landau no longer on strike, other pre-production work could also commence, but casting would have to wait until after SAG-AFTRA, of course. Originally, this show was planned to begin production in early 2024, but it's unclear how much an almost 5-month WGA strike has set the team back. Yeah.
I just like when they say commence. Commence.
think this article also mentions the New York Comic-Con
Yes,
as well,
that was
and
the
the
other
potential of having the actors and the writers come back if both strikes from both guilds end.
Wow.
Well,
That
the
would
other
be-
thing is that if the writers are back and they could maybe make some more announcements, like as they solidify some things,
Yeah.
everybody was like surmising that because of like everything's still be on strike since San Diego Comic-Con, like what announcements could they really make besides when Discovery comes back?
Mhm.
Like this has the potential to announce like a legacy or something.
Mhm.
Absolutely. That's what I mean, it's what's the likelihood? I don't know, but
I
I'm
know.
sitting there thinking the
I'm
second
like,
the second they sign that thing, technically speaking, there's
I
no
know.
that they could announce Star Trek Legacy.
Mhm.
What makes us say that? Well, because we know if they're on strike, they could not announce Legacy.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they can announce or will announce
Mhm.
Legacy now, but we just know that they
Mhm.
couldn't before. So everything they couldn't do is now a
Yeah.
non-zero number as far as we know, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Also, they can have like somebody like Alex Kurtzman at that
Right.
panel now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When is New
Yeah.
York Comic Con?
October. So the Star Trek panel part, I think, is October, whatever that Saturday is. I think 14th or 16th.
Okay.
Fifth. Yeah. 15th, 16th. Yeah.
So 3 weeks, basically a little bit more than 3 weeks from now, there
Mhm.
could be some major announcements.
Could be.
We could get updates on Section 31
Yeah.
production,
Mhm.
Starfleet Academy production,
Mhm.
Discovery release dates, Strange New Worlds production.
Mhm.
We could theoretically hear about Prodigy, although that feels like they're still in talks probably, but who knows? Maybe we could hear something about that. Maybe we could hear about Star Trek 4. Finally, they'll be like, this
Right?
time we mean it. Star Trek 4 is happening, you guys. We are
I'm s-
doing this.
I'm so interested because Paramount was sort of like, it seemed like they were kind of like circling the wagons a little bit in the spring, like and in terms of spending and in terms of, but I wonder where things are now, like whether they're a little more like, oh, we maybe need to, I'm hoping anyway, I'm really hoping. Nice.
We got a nice picture of our friend,
That's
Mr. Robert
wonderful.
Picardo.
Those signs look so sharp too.
Yeah.
That's a good upgrade. But
Lot of
a
great pictures.
correction to that like top picture that isn't Dan Hageman, that's actually Jacob Hogg.
Oh,
Jason.
Jason.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah,
we got
he's-
Kevin and Dan Hageman
Yeah,
here, and Aaron
That's
Waltke
funny.
and Bonnie Gordon in this picture.
Mhm.
Love that.
That
Mhm.
was not him. Let me see.
No.
Ja- Jason,
He has so much
Jason
more
and the
hair.
Greek.
I must think his hair grew so much since that's TLV then.
That was not.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a different shirt. You're right. It's a
That's
different
just
shirt.
Lucas,
Different
yeah.
shirt.
Good point.
Are they the same
Okay.
person?
That's a very
Man.
Greek sounding last name.
Yes.
All right, great article by
Mhm.
trekmovie.com. But that leads us into an article by deadline.com. Who knows Hollywood? Deadline does. I don't know if that's their slogan.
Mhm.
It says SAG-AFTRA and studios could meet within days. Just want to take, because this is brand new news. So I don't know if any of us have had a chance to look too
Yeah,
deeply
I
into this.
mean,
This is interesting.
The summary is just that the meetings are like penciled in and in the books.
Mhm. It's interesting
Hence-
because the AMPT PTP, sorry, their PR goes through Variety and Deadline and
Mhm.
Hollywood Reporter, and it's just interesting that it's coming from them. Like we're doing it. I know we
Doing
looked
it
bad,
well.
but we're
We got some
working,
better
we're,
PR people.
right? And they hired new PR people at the end of August.
So here's
they're
something
working.
interesting. It also reads, as always, let me pull this up because this is interesting. Here, they say, as always, in labor relations, the situation is fluid and no negotiation has truly started until all participants are seated at the bargaining table. Quote, "We have no confirmed dates scheduled, and there will not be meetings with the AMPTP this week," a SAG-AFTRA spokesperson said Tuesday. "When we do have dates confirmed, we will inform our members. No one should rely on speculation." So they're telling us to temper our expectations there a bit.
My expectation was like a few more months. So
Yeah,
me
it's a
too.
really good sign.
Definitely.
Me too. Melissa said it was going to be Valentine's Day. That was her prediction. She said they'll come together for Valentine's Day. It'll be so fun, and everybody will send them chocolates.
Yeah.
That would be nice, but I'd rather
That would be
October.
nice. Yes.
But I do think that, again, based on no knowledge, it does seem like the WGA really laid down the groundwork. You know, if the SAG strikes and the negotiations there start moving quickly in October, I feel like we could probably thank the WGA for that, because a lot of these things that SAG is asking for, so is the WGA, and WGA is trailblazing and setting a precedent for that. And that really helps, or seems like it would help, negotiations of a similar variety.
It was also super fun seeing all of David Goodman's posts about this, since he's like enterprise writer in Family Guy and Orville, and he was on the actual negotiating committee, and it was so exciting, like following his posts and as he was announcing it breaking. Like, it's so cool how Star Trek is so overrepresented in all of this.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it?
The actors and the writers are so involved and like such amazing like citizens. So
yes,
it really like reflects.
Funny about that, eh?
Values.
Hang on, we have breaking news, everybody. This is what we need. We need a Worf going. Check this out. He's gonna go. Let me do the gallery. He says, "Captain, incoming message."
Ooh.
So here it is. This is on a website called Instagram.com. It is from Writers Guild West. It says the WGA reached a tentative agreement with the AMPTP. Today, our negotiating committee, WGAW board, and WGAE, that's West and East Council, all voted unanimously to recommend the agreement. The strike ends at 12:01 a.m. Pacific time. That's the best coast. Check out our deal at WGA contract 2023.
I want to see it. I want to see the deal.
No, I don't know. Is it going to be all like legalese? Because if it's legalese, I'm going to look at, I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be like, oh, this is fun. And then my eyes are going to gloss over. But
I mean, it sounds super fun, but I think I'll do that tonight.
Oh, shout out to Rico E. Anderson for sending that in up to the minute right now.
Nice.
Very cool. That just dropped. So I'm looking at it right now. Oh boy.
Obviously, like what
there's a summary.
Is the AI.
The summary's long as hell. Summaries. Oh my god, dude, you guys.
Bullet points.
This is why smart people handle this stuff. Look at this. This is the summary right here.
Amazing.
It's goes on for days.
Okay.
So everybody go check that out. WGA contract 2023.org.
Awesome.
If you are interested in the nuts and bolts of things, which I think most people do not. I think most people want to go to a few trusted sources, people like Aaron Walke, people like Bill Wolkoff, and say, what do you guys think? And they're going to say, you know what? It's a good deal for us and we're happy. And then they'll say, then so are we.
Right.
Well, and it's a good sign that the vote was unanimous.
Yes.
Amazing sign.
Yes, a lot of amazing signs.
Like these people have been suffering, and I'm just like, I'm very, very, very happy for all of them. Like, man.
Yeah.
All right. Also, we've got some quotes from Fran Drescher on this deadline thing. Melissa, I've been getting a lot of voicemails from Fran Drescher lately.
So jealous.
What?
Tell her to
Yeah,
call
well,
me.
she calls me personally because she says, the voicemail says, "Hi, this is Fran Drescher. Today and I'm like,
Voicemails?
yeah, I
don't
think
get
just,
voicemails.
oh, well, I guess it's just me.
I get emails that
Me
say,
and
"Hi,
Franny.
this is Fran Drescher."
Me and Franny
just wants
are
you
like,
to talk to her.
yeah, he does. And you know me, I'm always just like, just do the thing, please. And she goes, "Ha, okay. Now will you listen?" I'm like, anyway, no, but that's great stuff. Everybody go check that deadline.com article. Lots of good quotes there. But I do get calls and voicemails from Fran Drescher. I feel like Rico E. Anderson in the live chat, I'm sure you must as well.
Oh, wait a minute. I've gotten some missed calls from SAG, and that's probably what it was.
Check your voicemail. It's her.
My voicemail.
She's hanging out at SAG, eating nachos, calling everybody individually, I'm sure, herself from her own cell phone.
It's her dialing every single one. Sorry, Fran. I was in the bathroom. That's why I missed the call.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then once it's in voicemail. Ooh.
Yeah.
The contract definitely sounds amazing. Aaron Wilkie's talking about like the AI issue, and they really got to the bottom of that in an amazing way, where AI can't overwrite, rewrite, and their source material can't be called AI source material cannot be called like source material. So that's just like an amazing precedent.
That's huge, like across,
and like for the world in the future.
Yeah.
I feel like that was the most, again, from my point of view, and I don't know anything about anything, but I felt like that was the most important thing in my mind for the writers and for the actors, because that's existential. If you can't put regulations on, AI and creating, people and creating scripts, then you are going to lose jobs and careers, and entire job fields and markets are going to close. So I feel like that's an existential step one.
And it really applies to like every field, like science. Where does it end for writing science papers? And that's just in journalism. That's
absolutely
art. Yeah.
Art.
We see that all over the place on social media, don't we, Jenny?
Oh my gosh.
Everywhere. Yeah.
When you see that, Jenny,
sometimes 20 times, I feel ill. I feel sick. I feel sick generally.
What about you, Melissa? When you see those?
I don't really take them too seriously. It's just like this fun little game, but I wouldn't go to an AI and pay it hundreds of dollars for work that it created. Not like Jenny or Johnson or somebody else who's put a lot of time and effort and work and creativity and imagination into their work. So
the thing that I've found, it isn't even looking at it that I'm like, well, I mean, I am often, but it's more about seeing people not being able to tell the difference.
Yes.
And that's and that goes for recreating actors, like all of that, like people not being able to see the difference with deep fakes, and it's just horrifying, like
that's the scariest part for me as an actor, and
absolutely
and getting hired to work one day, and then they can use my image over and over and over again as much as they want, and I'm not getting paid for that. That seems a little too scary. And the work isn't guaranteed as it is, and so this would make it less so. And
Marie, like you were saying with like scientific papers, that kind of thing. I mean, there's already all these examples of Chat GPT just making up stuff about people. Like crediting people with having written things they never wrote, or
this is perfect. So if anybody Googles me and finds like all bunch of bullshit, I'll be like, that's Chat GPT. Oh man, changing times, bro. You can't. AI has always had it out for me, man. These guys are a problem. Hey,
I mean, obviously there have to be like Supreme Court cases, like rulings, something about AI, but this is such a promising, amazing like foundation that can be cited. That's just incredible to hear.
Foundation directed by Roxanne Dawson, you mean?
Yeah.
So Aaron J. Walke in the live chat points something out that's important. He says the Wrap is actually the only trade that is not owned by one of the studios, believe it or not, which is very interesting. So good to know there. So if you want something theoretically unbiased, go to the Wrap. Also, Faith Howell screams in all capital letters, legacy, legacy, legacy.
Yes.
Which leads us to our next item up for bid. It is from our friends over at screenrant.com. Here it is, written by, our good buddy John Orchiola. That's Back of the Head, online, on social media.
And like, this is exclusive AF, by the way.
Yeah.
From today, and I saw it already getting picked up in like MSN.
Well,
published 7 hours ago.
Promising news.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's promising news, it's very optimistic.
It is.
Well, it's entitled, it says Star Trek Legacy's new Enterprise will be upgraded, says production designer. Exclusive Star Trek Picard production designer Dave Blass says the USS Enterprise G will get upgraded if Star Trek Legacy happens. You know what they should have? The Enterprise G should have like a giant, like $1,000 bill, like on the front of it, you know, like the G, I don't know, like for grand or something. I think
G should be blinged out.
Yeah.
Rhinestones all over.
The front of it should just like spit dollars. Like out the
phaser banks with dollars coming out.
Like one of those like dollar guns.
So let's see. Our good friend Faith Howell in the live chat is saying, I didn't ask for legacy so you guys would make dollar bill jokes. No, she didn't really say that, but she's thinking it. So this article reads in part, let me pull this guy back up. It's got 7 of 9. It's going to be Captain 7. She's up next, right?
Yes.
Here is the summary, the ever important summary, which is great that John Orchiola does this. Production designer Dave Blass plans to upgrade the USS Enterprise G if Star Trek Legacy is approved by Paramount Plus. Blass's team built the USS Titan A, which was later rechristened as the USS Enterprise G, setting up the proposed spinoff. Blass confirms that if Legacy moves forward, they will definitely tweak the design of the USS Enterprise G to reflect the new series. Okay, so what does this mean? And first of all, do you think that all of these things that Terry Matalas, Dave Blass, and them are leaking or saying, do you think they're just trying to tip the hand of Paramount Plus? Because it's possible that they're so close in talks that they're like confident it's going to happen. Or it could just be that they haven't even had talks, but they're just saying, oh, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Oh, there's going to be explosions and space lasers and there's going to be lizard men. Will it have this? Oh, it'll have that. Is it going to have Orions? Oh, yeah, it'll. And just saying yes. So the people are just like banging on the drum and clamoring, and Paramount like has to say yes. Which one do you think it is?
Here's what really made me think.
I think it's that one.
That it's like they actually have talked about it. Because remember, like a few months ago, there was an interview with the actual like like the composers for the show. And they were talking about like starting to plan Legacy. And I just feel like composers don't take that step, especially when they're super busy, unless there literally are talks about it.
Okay, pause. One quick pause. Aaron Waltke in the live chat, a trusted source he is. He says, I just read the deal points. This guy's a speed reader. This is a very good deal, especially in creating a foundation for the new era of streaming we are in. Well done, WGA negotiating committee.
Nice.
So everybody that's just listening in right now on our audio podcast, by the way, if you are listening on our audio podcast, give us a 5-star rating and leave us a nice review. If you're just listening in, we all 4 have very impressed looks on our faces, and we're very excited about this. This is great news.
Chills.
Yeah.
Chills.
You
Yeah,
put
literally,
very in capital
literally.
letters, so it's got to be real.
That's
Yeah, that's so exciting. Oh, that's very exciting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, so unpause. Back to Star Trek Legacy, because there are some people that truly don't care about strike news. They're just like, just let me know when it starts. And I get that. They're like,
so
what's
patient.
going on?
I feel like this really sets up some of these strike leaders for like actual political careers, as it has in the past. Like,
yes,
Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just really excited to see this next, where this leads, because
Commander Rafi Musiker to the bridge, please.
Yes.
and like the leadership of like Bill Wolkoff and David
I
Goodman.
voted for that woman.
Yes. Right?
I did. I voted her back onto the strike board.
She is
Like,
amazing.
She's
Force of nature.
incredible.
Mhm.
Yes.
Sorry, Anne-Marie, were you done?
We can go back to
Sorry.
Legacy. I'm just really excited to see how that unfolds. 'cause
So
it is-
Reginald DJ Thomas says, hey, Ryan T. Husk, I want to see my Captain 7 and Commander Rafaela in some badass new uniforms.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's true. Legacy can just kind
I
of
forgot that means new
create their
uniforms.
Yeah.
uniforms have been looking real sharp
Mhm.
lately.
Well,
They all said they really like those
exciting thing-
ones
Yeah.
because of the stretchy pants.
Yeah, can I get some of those?
I know.
The exciting thing about the legacy and Dave Blast talking about it, I think it's so promising that he is talking about it and that he is making these plans, even though nothing official has been said or set in stone. It's laying the seeds and laying the groundwork. I don't think he would put that kind of work into it if it wasn't something that was a huge possibility.
Mhm.
That was my take on the article.
Yeah.
Dave Blast is just everywhere. I saw him in Facebook Marketplace.
I know.
Today.
Yeah. He's all over the place. Mhm.
When you're even in Facebook Marketplace, that's impressive.
I'm doing a poll right now, everybody.
Poll base.
Yay!
So
I
the
knew
poll is, what is the likelihood of Star Trek Legacy happening? The options are 0%. Like you just think you love to gamble and you think it's 0%, or 30%, like 1 out of 3, decent chance, 70%, or 100%. Now remember, if you say 100%, so that is quite a number. You think of there's absolutely no possibility.
To be fair, I would have said like 98, but so I said 100 just because I rounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a big jump from 70 to 100. Yeah.
But that's because we can only do 4 options.
I know.
I didn't want to be forced into those kinds of numbers, but that's YouTube needs to hear us. And we need to have like 10 options from now on, not just 4. So
Yeah.
I was thinking to make a new enterprise because like Jenny R. Johnson and Matt Boardman bought all the extra carpet.
Right?
At STLV.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Not all of it, some of it. I would have taken all of it. Oh my God, imagine like carpeting your whole apartment
Oh my
in
god.
enterprise carpet.
I would do that.
I would do that.
Now I'm like, I do need to buy new rugs after my flood.
yeah, you do.
Right?
So does Kirk. All right.
Oh, we need to
What?
have an update
Because
on
he's
how Aaron Welke's
he's
bidding is going on.
retiling. What?
Remember the auction that's going on for William
Whoa.
Shatner's?
Everybody, hang on a
Aaron
second.
Pease.
Speaking of Aaron Waltke,
Live
we
vlogs.
have we have the Aaron Waltke version of the very short treks, which is beginning tomorrow.
No,
Right.
isn't it a week? It's a week from tomorrow. I think it's episode
No.
Is it? I think it's.
No,
thought it
he's
was this week.
episode 4.
I thought so
Because-
too.
Because didn't John Orhiola also write an article about Trip this week?
Oh.
I
Aaron
may have
Waltke's
noticed.
doing episode 4, and we've done 3 already, so it's
I
tomorrow.
thought they made it down as tomorrow.
Hmm.
Oh, I lost track.
Okay, Aaron Waltke, if you're still listening in the live chat, let us know how excited you are right now. Are your like palms sweaty? Are you setting up your DVR or whatever people use nowadays?
So excited.
Or are you just like, oh yeah, I forgot that's happening.
Mhm.
Shit, is that tomorrow? You're like, thanks for reminding me. I was gonna go have a picnic. Beautiful right now in LA.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Nice.
look, our
I
poll
forgot,
here.
we only have 2 more weeks of short trek, very short treks. That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here are the results of our poll. Where'd it go? It disappeared on me. There it is. 0% of you said 0% chance. 10% of you said 30% chance. 36% of you said 70% chance. And 53% of you, more than half, said, you know what? It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when,
Mhm.
not if, period. Because if they don't, we're coming for you, Paramount. That's what they said, not me. That's what you guys are saying. You guys are aggressive. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So, yep, back of the head confirms it's tomorrow. Aaron Waltke says in the live chat, it is tomorrow. I've already had some folks text me who have seen it and say they loved it. Hope
Yay.
everyone else does too.
Excited.
Oh my
That's
god.
awesome.
I'm so excited for it.
And you know what that means, everybody?
For 1 p.m. Eastern.
It means when you watch it on YouTube, you got to give that video a like. You
Mhm.
got to comment in the comment section below when you're watching this thing, because that makes it more visible on YouTube. And that way the executives know how much you enjoyed it. And it just
Right.
makes everybody happier. It takes you 5 seconds. By the way, that's also great advice to do for this show. Please make sure you like this video. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. And once this live show is over, hit the refresh button, leave a comment of your thoughts on this episode for us. It just helps everybody and it takes you 10 seconds. We really appreciate it. Unless you're like War Dog Heim, who gives us like a nice long paragraph. He's so thoughtful. Definitely takes
Yes.
more than 10 seconds.
That's awesome.
All right.
Hmm.
So
See.
just a little bit more on Star Trek Legacy,
So excited.
which will be announced at New York Comic-Con.
Yes.
And the writer's room will start in May of next year.
Nice.
Yes.
I like
I
that.
have no idea.
We're
Well,
starting,
Manifesting it.
we're
There
starting
is something
rumors.
here that did like remind me of something. So Kelsey Davis says, I just thought of something today about talks between Doctor Who and Enterprise about a cameo or something, maybe for Strange New Worlds. So the interesting thing about this, so Doctor Who comes back in November. The
Uh-huh.
interesting thing about this is that like for the past year or so, I've seen Chris Monfett and like the Doctor Who writers commenting on each other's things because apparently a Doctor Who episode has the
Ooh,
same
they're playing
title as the
footsies.
Picard episode.
Yes.
And so they keep like teasing each other about what that could mean.
Mhm.
But, I mean, it might just mean they have the same title.
Yeah.
We'll see. But it's cute that they are playing footsies.
I think they are. Okay, everybody in the live chat. Wait, Chris Monfett. Well, he would be doing Legacy then, right?
Well,
One would think he's he's
Theoretically.
the
but
yeah,
this started like when Picard season 3 was.
yeah.
on.
Because
They started recording it.
Russell T.
Davies,
Davies
yeah.
like wrote to Terry and was like, I love your show. And Terry was like,
Mhm.
and
It's
then
very-
Chris Monfett and Matt Okumura were both like,
it's super
so
cute.
yeah, that was
So
yeah.
of course put them all on first alert. So and I saw them all like flirting a lot this week on Instagram. Very cute. Because like Doctor Who had a new trailer drop.
And it was good.
Yeah, it was. Oh my god, that Disney money! I was like, whoa! I
I
don't
know.
see Doctor Who look so high budget, but can't wait.
Pardon my ignorance, but Doctor Who? So what
God.
everybody in the live
Nice.
chat, let us know which upcoming or current Star Trek show do you think is most likely to do a crossover with Doctor Whom? Prodigy, Lower Decks, Strange New Worlds, that has shown they know no bounds. Starfleet Academy, we don't know. Legacy, Chris Monfett. What do you guys think?
Well, I would say a nod.
You don't think like they would like Strange New Worlds would actually see some kind of time vortex or anomaly and then fly through it and then see the Doctor Whom, trash can, or what is it that they go in telephone box flying by?
I think that now that it's Disney, that won't be discussed. But there could be a nod.
Right.
But there could be a nod, like with wording in a line or something, like to get under the radar and still shout it out. Is my take.
Yeah, they can't do a whole thing probably. Although,
unless they have like Patrick Stewart in it, and then like he like alludes to Picard.
Nice.
But there has been a crossover.
Yes, Aaron.
Christina Chong and she's been in Doctor Who and Star Trek.
And like the best episode.
Aaron Walke just said in the live chat, Prodigy already has the Doctor on it. And we even say timey-wimey. I knew somebody did. I couldn't remember.
Yes.
And then he shows off his French knowledge by saying "Allons-y," which is French for "let's go."
Yeah, I love that when he says that.
Very nice. Good knowledge, Aaron Walke. How do you know everything about Prodigy? Goodness gracious. All right.
Talk about Prodigy?
So William Shatner is in the live chat. He says he didn't like that rug joke, Melissa.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Will. Sorry, Bill.
All right, let's move on to more news items. Great article by ScreenRant.com. Remember, you can get all of your ScreenRant.com Star Trek information by going to ScreenRant.com/Star Trek and checking out all their articles. Great coverage by those guys over there. Now, here's some Prodigy news, everybody. This is from TrekCore. TrekCore.com. The article reads, Blu-ray review, Star Trek Prodigy Season 1, Volume 2, which apparently is out now.
And I sent you also the Aaron Walke tweet, which we'll just preface this by saying it's doing very well on Amazon in its sales.
Oh, yeah.
And all day, everybody's sharing on Facebook like pictures of themselves holding it. And my two favorites so far are Dayton Ward and Dave Mack. I just think it's so cute that like people in Star Trek also use their wallet to support Prodigy and get it. So adorable.
So the tweet is, wow, this hashtag Star Trek Prodigy Season 1 episodes 11 through 20 Blu-ray and DVD officially drops this morning. And we've already broken into Amazon's best seller list. Pick yours up today before we sell out ... again.
Other people have said in other countries it already has sold out. I think I saw it for Germany, at least.
Amazing.
That should be one behind Barbie. That's pretty amazing.
Who's paying attention, people? Prodigy, save Prodigy.
Oh, and Trek Central replies to that tweet saying something also interesting. They say it's a bestseller here in the UK for Season 1 box set 2. Very cool. And then our good friend Shar Schmidt, aka the Profanity,
I love her GIF usage.
This is the best baby ever.
Like she is doing that.
Yeah, that baby is. I love that. It looks like he's at a hockey game or something. He's so pumped right now.
And I could totally see Shar doing that too.
Yep.
Amazing.
It's amazing. So if you scroll down in the article, they're talking about like what you get with it, and they're like cool bonus features that they kind of go into detail about.
let's check those out.
Love those features.
Wow, the color's amazing. All right, let me pull that up. Here it is. Check these out. Producing Prodigy, the planets. So they've got these timestamps here, which are great. The Odyssey of Prodigy.
Oh, awesome.
Hey, Okana.
Yeah, that's sassy Okana.
With his hand right out there. And his elbows out.
That's his day going into night look.
He looks like a Jedi Knight with a little sassafras.
Doing a little Fosse.
Yes.
So this part,
gorgeous.
producing Prodigy, the ships, looks just
It's
incredible.
A close look
That's
at an
pretty.
L-Cars panel aboard the Dauntless. For anybody listening in, these are nice images. We had the outrageous Okana. We've got what is that? Is that the concept? Oh, it's a concept artwork for the Tars Lamora asteroid colony. That's what it is. It's beautiful. I love the color scheme. They use this color scheme a lot right here. This like bluish turquoise with this purple.
Yeah, it's
Prodigy. I
gorgeous.
really like it. And then what is all of this? There are also good looks at the digital models of the various legacy design Starfleet and alien starships brought back for the living construct battle in Supernova. They've got character cards.
Which is so cool.
Character cards. That's fun as hell.
It's awesome.
I love
We
it.
need a Star Trek Prodigy board game, tabletop
Yes.
game.
Yes.
I would
Yes.
love that. I would need that for my nephew.
And then they
So
all,
cute.
it takes up to 7 players or 6 or 7 players, and they all have to work together, and you pick your person. You could be Murph, you could be Jenkum Pog. And like, if you're Jenkum Pog, you have like your specific role. You're the engineer, you do these kind of things.
Candyland. Or
Yeah.
What?
And you
Or
have
like-
to make it to Starfleet.
Yeah. Brilliant.
So cute.
So this
Oh,
is
I love that picture. I want that on a poster. That's so
I
That's
cute.
a great one. Yeah.
It's so cute.
Mhm. Okay. So that's great. Everybody go make sure you pick that up immediately if you were to. Oh,
Mhm.
there's Janeway. Okay. Here is another
Love her.
bit of information that people may enjoy because I enjoyed it, so they might as well. Oh, first, since we're on the subject of Aaron Waltke's Twitter, just want to say that he did tweet something out recently that stated as follows. Recently watched the final mix for another episode of Star Trek Prodigy Season 2, one that finally explores the aftermath of one of the most fascinating rivalries in franchise's history. You are not prepared. Everybody in the live chat, let us know, and in the comments below, when they say they're finally exploring the aftermath of one of the most fascinating rivalries in the franchise's history. What do you think that is? Now, obviously, we here at Virtual TrekCon thought maybe it might be Endo
Riker?
Jitsu with Riker, William Riker and Kyle Riker. Who knows? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below and in the live chat.
I'd be super interested in this like Romulan Klingon more or Klingon Cardassian. But also anyone ever.
Rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is
Literally.
the aftermath
Yeah.
After
of a rivalry. So maybe we're
Obviously,
talking.
like everybody thinks Borg.
But that's not what I think of when I think of rivalry. I think of like person to person, like personal, like the aftermath of Kai Wynn and Kira. Like something that happened because of that, or Gul Dukat and the Cisco, some kind of repercussions of that. Ooh, Anne Marie's eyes got
Which
so big
could
with that one.
Oh.
happened because
Yes.
they're both in their respective celestial temples.
Yeah. Or it could be Geordi and that other captain or that other engineer, and they were trying to like get the efficiency of the warp core up just a tiny little bit more. Who knows what happened?
It could be Worf and Spot. I will feed him when he's holding the cat like this. And the poor cat's being so good. And Worf is mishandling him.
Wow.
Poor kitty.
So let us know in the live
this
chat.
tweet is everything. I'm like, this will keep my brain busy for hours.
I know,
I
right?
know. Too much. Everybody's Rico E. Anderson in the live chat says Doctor Who crossed over with Star Trek in IDW Comics.
Oh,
Kirk
I own
and
that
company.
one.
Yes.
I own that one.
Really?
Yeah,
I just said
That's
that.
cool.
I forgot.
Oh. Interesting.
Nice, Rico. Yeah. I forgot I owned that.
Oh, Aaron Walke also says, it is my sincere hope that this becomes the next What is Murph's Species?
Ooh.
Wait. Oh, as in
The best part about these Prodigy vague
Murph's
tweets is that they, like, Hageman Brothers and Aaron Wilkie pay attention to the responses. And then when it gets announced like 2 years later, they'll be like, this person got it. And it will be a screenshot of somebody from like
love that.
March of 2021, randomly guessing. It's amazing.
Keeping those receipts to give people the love and the kudos that they deserve. That's so cool. That's classy right there.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing.
Boy, so we're gonna have to wait for forever to find out.
Oh yeah, remember the one when they announced the EMH at STLV, and then the Hageman Brothers showed a post of someone tweeting, responding to Bob Picardo being like, "Looks like we're at Disney Studios."
Brilliant. Yes. Yes.
Like that's an eagle eye.
So then I'm wondering how many. I want to see that folder in their computer.
Right.
I want to see that folder in their computer of like all the screenshots of people that have made good guesses, you know.
Oh my God, that's like that is the ultimate thing to have. That better be in like top security.
Mm-hmm. So that's what we got to do, everybody.
Steal their phones.
Makes like some really out there, crazy, wild predictions for season 2 of Star Trek Prodigy, and tweet it at the Hagemans, at Aaron Waltke, and or at the Prodigy Writers Room, and just whatever it is, just tweet crazy things. Who you think is going to be the rivalry aftermath, or what you think is going to happen to Gwendala, or anything. Because if you get it right, you will win.
I'm like Chakotay and Michael Sullivan.
Chakotay and Michael Sullivan.
Oh,
the ultimate showdown.
Neelix and toe razors.
Oh,
mean.
Oh no.
Mean. I ain't dropping no eaves, sir. Honest.
Oh.
All right. Made me think of hobbits when I talked about that. Okay.
Of course.
So look, the gift that keeps on giving. If it weren't for Star Trek 4, as in Star Trek 14, as in the 4th Kelvin movie, as in maybe a different movie, if it weren't for whatever that is or going to be, we would have half as much to talk about every week. But they give us news every week. They're here for us. They're like, I got you guys. I got you. Here's a bit of news. And they'll be like, what was the news last week? And we'll say, the news was that it's probably going to happen. Okay, we'll drop some news that it's probably not going to happen. And then next week it.
Yeah. That is one old tasty carrot.
Boy, if I had a nickel.
So no.
This is from Collider.com. It's entitled Star Trek 4 writer confirms next movie is, quote, still on the tracks. Now, do they mean like tied to the tracks with a train coming?
Oh my gosh. So true.
The next installment in the Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto led reboot has been trapped in development limbo since early 2022.
2022?
Yeah, it feels like longer than that.
Like 2000
this time.
Yeah. So the big
there's some
picture,
hilarious hot takes that aren't included, but we'll finish this part.
The big picture, Star Trek fans can look forward to another installment in the reboot series, although it may take some time before it hits the big screen. Lindsay Anderson Beer, the writer director of the upcoming Pet Sematary Bloodlines prequel movie, expressed her love for the Star Trek project and hinted at its positive progress. What? Wait, what? How does she? Okay.
She's been in talks with the people before. She was connected to the project before.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
she must be. And lastly, it says, while the script may have changed hands often, the studio has not abandoned Star Trek IV, and the director, Matt Shakman, confirmed that they are still working on a version of the project he was involved in before he moved to Fantastic Four.
He's not the director, but he was the director.
Right.
But
He can confirm that they're still, he's like, oh yeah, they're those guys are still working on it. I'm doing stuff. They're still working on
Paid by
that
the
thing.
hour.
Right.
Maybe that's
Best
why
job
it is
ever.
taking so long.
Yeah.
Because they are paid by the hour.
Version
Wait.
17.2.
Wow.
They're just
The
trying to
writing
have
credits
this,
on that's just going to be
the
like,
most perfect movie ever.
It better be.
they're trying to have as many versions as a star date. They're gonna be like version 5232.4.1. The Enterprise is en route to the whatever cluster.
it's
Anyway,
a cluster, all right.
Well, one interesting thing that's just like, so there's a hot take, and then there's just like an interesting piece of information that like Zachary Quinto's career is going in a really interesting new direction. So I Facebook messaged you a screenshot that he has a new movie actually coming out, like a raunchy comedy in October.
Ew.
That's being reported by like the queer entertainment news sites. I guess it's since he's come out as queer, he's getting all these new gigs. And so like I don't really know when somebody goes that hard into like independent films. I don't know if like he has an interest in Star Trek, although I'm sure we'll get that article at some point when someone's like, would you come back to Star Trek? But the hot take is that I haven't seen it, obviously, and you always have to take critics with a grain of salt, but Chris Pine directed a movie directed and starred, or I can't remember. I think
Right.
And that was shown like in one of the Canada film festivals, and it got like ripped apart. It got ripped apart in the media. Like
it did.
People are like, "This is the worst piece of garbage." I mean, I don't know if anything deserves that, but like, they're horrible. There are horrible things. But anyway, so then I saw this like nasty. I mean, it was kind of mean, where somebody wrote it up as, so it's more likely he'll say yes to Star Trek because he won't be like doing anything else.
So
Poor
here's
Chris
the
Pine.
article
I
is
hope to see this.
from Queer Tea. The buzzy dark comedy Down Low hits digital platforms on October 10th. Watch, a happy ending is just the beginning in Lucas Gage and Zachary Quinto's raunchy comedy.
I can't wait to see that. It's so fun seeing him living his best life. Love it.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting. But maybe it's one of those things that time will look back favorably upon. Like maybe we're just not ready for it. 5-10 years from now, it'll become a cult classic. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know, as the street says, cult classic, not bestseller, you know?
Fair enough.
Maybe the
Absolutely.
right person to write it hasn't come along yet.
Okay.
Exactly. Star Trek 4, you're not even ready for Star Trek 4.
So, Anne-Marie, what were the hot takes you were talking about with
The hot
Star
take
Trek 4?
is Chris Pine and everyone being like, well, it's going to be easier to get him back for Star Trek now. Poor guy. Also, everybody has ups and downs in their career.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
just par for the course, especially showbiz. So
Yeah. Honestly, these days, if as an actor, as a famous person, if the worst thing that's happening is somebody's like crapping on your movie, compared to like everything that's happened like in the last couple of weeks, even.
Also, when it's just like a few critics at a film festival,
Exactly.
or, like somebody hit on it and he wasn't receptive, and so they like panned it. You never know.
He's the best Chris.
Yeah. Exactly.
And Star Trek isn't exactly chopped liver either.
Exactly.
I think it's a worthy project to be invested in, especially with
Agreed.
your amazing co-stars like Zoe Saldana and Zachary Quinto and everyone else.
Yeah.
Zoe Saldana is one of those people that I like to, talk about that gets into like one of the holy trinities, right? Because she was in Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
She was in Marvel, right? Guardians of the Galaxy. She was in Avatar. I mean, those are some pretty big things to be a part of. What's his name? What is his name? The guy that plays Scotty in the Kelvin movies.
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg. He was in Star Trek and Star Wars. I mean, that's a thing. That's definitely a thing. There are a lot of people like that. One of my favorites is Carl Urban, who is in Star Trek. He was in Lord of the Rings. You could stop there, but you don't have to. You could say Judge Dredd as well. Or
he is in Lord of the Rings. And he's blonde.
Oh.
And he rides a horse.
Oh, okay.
How long since Saruman bought you? What was the promised price, Grima? When all the men are dead, you will share their share of the treasure. I don't remember.
Oh, I can't wait to watch them again.
Something like that. I haven't seen it in 20 years, but it's something like that.
Which is quite impressive that you're just quoting it off the cuff like that.
And he read the books.
What's his name? That plays Grima Wormtongue and Crewman Suitor.
Brad
Dourif.
Brad Dourif. Thank you. Ugh, that dude is.
Oh yeah.
He's magic.
Yeah, he's amazing.
So everybody in the live chat and in the comments below, let us know an actor that has been in 2 or more amazing or huge franchises like Marvel, like DC, like Star Trek, like Star Wars.
Julie Newmar.
Oh.
Don't bother with Doctor Who.
Yes.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Patrick Stewart.
Yes. Professor X.
Yeah.
And I Claudius.
The one I really like.
The outer limits count.
Definitely.
Michael Dorn was in an episode of that.
Will Wheaton was too.
Yeah, he was.
I can't remember the actor's name, but he played Darth Maul. He played Toad on of the X-Men, and he played Snake Eyes on G.I. Joe. And I can't remember
Ray Park.
Actor. Ray Park, thank you very much. That's the guy. That is a big one.
Trivia.
That's the big time. All right.
So if I can redirect you, maybe we can do that.
Because I could do this all day.
I think there's an article or 2 left, but maybe we can just go to Lower Decks things and save the rest for Friday.
Well,
because I just can't wait to talk about the Lower Decks episodes. Those preview pictures look amazing.
Okay. Also, very quickly though, on our way out with Prodigy, Trek Movie also has a great article on it. Preview: Star Trek Prodigy producers talk dreaming big in season 1B DVD Blu-ray special features. So everybody, you can check that out also. They're doing these summaries as well. It seems like everybody's doing these summaries now. That's very nice of them.
So what I can't make up my mind is if I like the detailed summaries or the not detailed summaries. I think I just like them both.
Okay, so moving forward, this is a tweet from our good friends over at Trek Central. Check this out. This tweet says, Star Trek Lower Decks Season 4 continues with episode 405, Empathological Fallacies. A trio of dangerous betazoids cause utter chaos on the Cerritos.
I haven't seen this yet. This is amazing. Oh my
God. So my favorite thing is that Amanda Wong, she says her team calls it Betazoid Golden Girls.
Yes.
Which is now what
are they all in the phase too?
Oh, that would be funny.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
This is wild.
It's Romulan Alloc somewhere. Is like the funniest.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay, got all the pictures. Can't wait.
Are there pictures?
Yes, in the article I sent.
I'm looking at a different one here.
I use the Trek movie one because they put captions on like what the pictures are of.
All right, here it
Occasionally
is.
I can't figure it
I was
out.
checking out. There was a cool Shax one too. That's what I was looking at.
Oh,
But
the comic
anyway,
books.
yeah. Anne Marie's eyes glaze over when we mention comic books. But
I love
comic
that
books
they
are
exist.
so
It's
cool
an important
because
source of information and money.
it is
Mhm.
super creative, great artistry.
Yep.
So check this out from trekmovie.com, preview of empathological fallacies with first images from Star Trek Lower Decks
First of all,
episode
amazing title.
Mhm.
405 Freeway.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So here are some of the pictures.
Oh my god.
I love that it's so Vegas with the
Yes.
yards of
Yes.
alcohol.
They've got the yards of alcohol. They're cheering. Talyn is not impressed. That looks like that's Ensign Barnes behind her
Yeah.
saying, "Oh my God, they're great." She's the Trill.
Mhm.
We've got Don Lewis as Captain Carol Freeman talking to one of them who is drunk. And we've got Jerry O'Connell and Don Lewis as Jack Ransom and Captain Carol Freeman, respectively, talking to the ladies. Looks like it's kind of pre-drunk there.
Mhm.
You've got Talyn collecting their empty yard bottles.
I love that picture.
With Ransom
that's so
walking away
good.
with the three of them, that little
Yeah.
naughty.
Captain Freeman's in front.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, you're right. Good catch. Then we've got Talyn, played by
good duo.
Gabrielle Ruiz, with Tawny Newsom's hair falling off to the side as she pops her head in to the quarters or something.
Mhm.
Looks like her quarters. We've got Rutherford going, "Hey, Boimler," or whatever he says. Hey, I'll say, "What are you working on over there, Boimler?"
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Oh, that's such a good. That was such good
love
scenes.
that.
Yeah.
Those
Yes.
two,
I love that.
and then Tendi doing one of
Rutherford.
her "oh my god"
He's
moments
crying.
of it looks like excitement crying,
Tears
though,
of
doesn't it?
excitement. Yeah, tears of excitement.
And
but
Mariner
they
saying
look
something
like-
sarcastic.
It looks
Oh.
like both of them haven't had any sleep.
Yeah.
Good catch.
Mhm.
True. And then Mariner's doing karate kick. Talyn is not impressed. She's like, "That's all
I
you get."
love Talyn. I love her
Yeah.
so much.
Definitely. Such a great addition.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Shoot. You're right, Emery. It is time to go.
Well,
It is time
there's
to
one other
go.
update. Okay, so I was mentioning like William Shatner's hairpiece, how that was in an auction, and it was up to like $1,200 when I last saw it. And Aaron Wilkie started tweeting that he wanted to bid on it, and he tried 3 times, but the website kept crashing because I think there was so much like interest in it. But apparently he got his bid in, and so now we're waiting to see if he
Oh my
wins
god.
and gets to take that baby home.
That's amazing.
Wear it on Halloween.
We're at TMV.
All right. And everybody, this is what we're going to do. We are going to put the link to that WGA tentative contract with the deal points, or not tentative anymore, but we're going to put the link to the WGA summary of the contract in our virtual TrekCon Facebook group. So you can click on it, check it out.
Awesome.
We'll also leave it in the comments below in this video. So if you're just listening in, go to our Facebook group. If you're watching here, just go to the comments section.
Hopefully. There was like an issue with leaving a link in the comment section the other day. See if you
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Hey, if technology doesn't work, whatever.
That's
So
what the Facebook group's for.
let's
Yeah,
talk about this
exactly.
week very quickly. Yesterday on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, we released our full review of, what was it? Oh man, it was the Next Generation episode, The Measure of a Man, with co-host Denise Crosby returning and legendary guest writer Melinda M. Snodgrass, who wrote this episode. Pretty much got a job because of this episode.
I just have to
That's correct.
say, this review, I've already watched it like 4 times. It is so amazing. I did not know that about Melinda Snodgrass, that she was actually like went to law school. She said how she pitched it like based on the Dred Scott case. And it's just, oh my God. I mean, like, I learned so much, and I can't wait to watch The Measure of a Man again now that I've learned all that. And I just can't wait for her to come back on The Seventh Rule and talk some more. She's incredible.
Well, hopefully you won't have to wait very long. So next on Wednesday, that's tomorrow, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time, please go to the Falling Tower YouTube channel for the Watch the First podcast. Dr. Muhammad Noor and I are just finishing up Saturday morning cartoons month. It's been a fun month. It's been great. The final one is Exo Squad, 1990s cartoon Exo Squad, with somebody that was born after the show, meteorologist Katie Nicolau.
Nice.
So it should be a lot of fun. Watch us tear it apart, or say how great it is. Find out. 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time on the Falling Tower YouTube channel. Then on Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time, go check out the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. We will have our review of Lower Decks Season 4, Episode 5. That's the brand new episode that's dropping in a couple days, with very special guest, the director of the episode, Meg Lloyd. She'll be joining us, myself and Strock Lofton. Be really cool. Check that out. Then on Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time, come right back here for chill time. It's time for Star Trek and Chill live. Hang out with us. We'll have way more details, way more fun, way more news. It's going to be insane. Get a beverage, hang out. Lastly, Sunday, this coming Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific, that's 12 p.m. Eastern time. Check out our first, the Seventh Rule's first segment review of, what's it going to be? The Icarus Factor. Boy, that's an exciting episode. Am I right? The Icarus Factor.
Yeah, you're obsessed.
I love that episode.
You're the one, huh?
I do.
It's good.
No, a lot of people like
so
it.
good.
Shows that the name Kyle comes back in fashion, like in the future, which always blows my mind. Not that I don't like the name; it's just like so funny to think of it going through a renaissance in like 100 years. Whatever.
Yeah. Everything about Pulaski in that episode, I love. Oh my God! Sorry. Go. Oh.
Okay, we'll stop.
Yeah.
Lucia asks, who is the guest on Thursday, the Seventh Rule? That's who it was. The director of the Lower Decks episode will be joining us. Lucia out in Brazil. That's it. Melissa Longo, can you please tell everybody where they can find you and those glorious shirts online?
At theintrovertedrepublic.com under the Walking Art Made by Melissa page, in the silhouette section collection. But you can also find me on social media at Melissa Longo with an A, not an E, and Walking Art Made by Melissa on patreon.com.
That was cool.
It's really good.
There. What about you, Jenny R?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Jenny R. Johnson. I'm still there. I'm holding out, kind of. And everywhere else pretty well. You can find me at Jenny R. Johnson Art, but you can find my shop and anything you want to know about me from a career art type standpoint at jennyrjohnson.com. You can also sign up for my newsletter there. I have a newsletter. It's monthly. Just monthly.
You should, everybody.
I better
sign up.
You had like the best Lost coverage for Lost anniversary this week. Oh, every time I saw it, I was like, oh my God, I need to rewatch Lost. So beautiful.
Oh,
not Penny's boat.
I know.
Now, what about you, Anne-Marie? The secret is nobody needs to find Anne-Marie online. She finds them. But where can they find you?
Not scary at all. At Twitter, at Anne-Marie Siegel 1.
And everybody, you can find me on Twitter at Ryan TG Husk. Once again, that's at Ryan TG Husk, or just Virtual TrekCon, the Seventh Rule, or Falling Tower on your favorite social media, especially YouTube. May Borello says, thanks all. Great news today. Fun chat. She gets it. Thank you all very much for joining us. It's been a fun time. We appreciate y'all. Now, please go get busy on social media. Tell the Prodigy writers, what was the thing that they're, oh yeah, make your crazy predictions.
Oh,
and tell us your crazy predictions in the comments below. Remember to hit refresh. When it refreshes, when this is over, leave the comments. Make sure you're liking, make sure you're subscribing, hit that bell icon for notifications. And when you want to hear about strike news, no, sometimes we get tired of strike news. When you want to hear about Star Trek news, put it on the main viewer.